sort of powers up and pops on. There we go. There's that. This is good. Let me just make sure it's actually good. There's a notification vibrate. That's good. All right. Post that in there. Easy contact. Grab this. And we wait for people to pop in. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you had a good evening so far. Good afternoon. Whatever time of day it is there. Hopefully it's been a good one. Daniel, what's up, Janelle? How you guys doing? Hopefully quite well. Ugh, something was stuck in my throat. I was like, man, what the feels weird. Yeah, but hopefully everyone's had a good day. Sorry for the no stream yesterday. I just didn't really have anything to talk about. There wasn't any major trades yesterday or on Thursday. Like, you know what I mean? We'd already, like, things feel kind of exhausted at this point. I mean, we could have streamed and, I guess, gossiped and talked about Brady's marriage falling apart, but it's like, is that really football news? Michigan. What was the final score in that, Butt? What's up, Preston? They probably should have beat Michigan State this year. Michigan State's not as good as them. Isn't Michigan ranked like, what are they, top 5? Oh, they're beating them right now, 16-7. That's not that big of a score. Wilson's going to get with Giselle. Well, you can have Brady sloppy seconds. Brady will probably move on to some fucking new movie star, actress, model. It's not like he's going to downgrade and start dating fat chicks like Melissa McCarthy or something. It's like, oh no. Tom's like, oh no, what am I going to do? I guess I'll have to start dating fat, ugly bitches. That's not his future. I mean, his future is just hot, really like hot, gorgeous women. It's not like he's losing in this divorce. He gets to keep playing football. I don't know. Depends how you look at life, right? Again, it's not really football news. It's just kind of like funny auxiliary news. I would be willing to wager, but that these issues are a little bit larger than just the game of football. And all we know is that Tom plays a lot of football and they got a divorce. We don't know if there's like infidelity behind the scenes. We don't know if they just don't get along anymore. There could be like a plethora, like maybe she's tired of like moving. Maybe she's tired of like, you know, him moving without telling her stuff, like trying to buy the dolphin. Like there could be a number of things that are, you know, they could just not like each other anymore. It could have nothing to do with the football career. Hell, he could have went back to the NFL because the marriage failed and he didn't want to deal with like the weirdness of like a falling apart marriage and not have like the comfortability of the NFL to fall back into. Yeah, it could have been, it started when they came out of retirement, or it could be, hold on, that he came out of retirement because of the divorce coming. Like I don't, it's hard to explain. Like we don't know what caused what. Like we don't know if this was like a long-standing issue that has like he unretired, like he retired and then things went fucking weird and he's like, well, that didn't save the marriage. We're still going to get a divorce. I'm going back to football. That is also a very real possibility of this entire situation. And everybody's just kind of reading it weird and acting strange about it. Because if him playing football was really the reason they got a divorce, that seems kind of stupid. It's like, well, bitch, you married a football player. What did you think he was going to do? And it's not like he'd be home all of a sudden all the time. I mean, he'd be home a little more, but he's still traveling with Fox at that point if he retires. You know what I mean? So there's more to it than just he's still working. Because it's not like if Brady was done playing football, he's just magically home every day of the week. He's still going to be a guy at Fox. He's still going to be like running his Brady brand. Like, there's a lot there. I don't think it has to do with his work and still playing football. Yeah, Mike Florio also says a lot of things that just aren't true. They also had a very amicable divorce, by the way. It doesn't sound like there was ultimatums thrown around. You know what an amicable divorce is? That means they still are very close friends. They don't hate each other. They don't, there's no animosity. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't sound like they broke up because he wouldn't stop playing football. Like there's, like, it's got to be deeper than, like, well, he won't quit playing in the NFL, so I divorced him. That sounds like some childish, retarded bullshit. I'm sorry, but really? She divorced him because he wouldn't stop working? Yeah, maybe, but it's like, if he retired from the NFL, he was only going to start doing more shit in the, like, it's not like he retires and then he's just done working. I feel like that's what people thought. Like, it's like, no, he's going to do more shit outside of football, probably more stuff than when he was just playing in the league. So, like, this sentiment that it was because of football is kind of silly. I feel like there'd be bad blood, animosity. Like, it's an amicable divorce. Like, I don't know. Doesn't sound like they hate one another. It doesn't sound like there's weirdness. It just sounds like they just kind of fell out of love. And that's what happens when two people don't like each other very much. They have to probably get a divorce. Did the football thing help? I don't know. I genuinely think that it mainly came down to he came back to football because of the divorce. And if the divorce wasn't happening, there'd be no season going on. What's up, Tater Chip? Uh-oh. YouTube's doing that thing where it just says there's less and less and less people. Yeah, they might still find each other attractive, but that doesn't mean that they love each other anymore. Or want to be married still. Have you ever had a girlfriend? You ever been in love with a girl before? You ever fall out of love with that girl and still think she's pretty hot? I still think every one of my exes are hot bitches. So, yeah, you can still find your exes very attractive. I still do. I do my every one of my exes right now. Yeah. Just because I don't like them anymore. Yeah, it's way two different things, dude. Yeah, I mean, of course he probably finds her very attractive, dude. She's like a hot fucking, like a hot Latina. Like, not right now, no. Anyway, we're moving on from this faggot ass subject. If you care about Days of Our Lives horse shit, this isn't the stream for you. So I'm done talking about that. That was a good intro. I usually wait about 10 minutes to get going, so. That's about all I have to say. That has nothing to do with football. So go somewhere else to continue talking about that gay shit. Don't care. Has nothing to do with football. If anything, this is going to make Tom better going forward. My predictions for the Bucks are maybe one more loss, and then they'll win the rest of their games. Don't know how that plays out pattern-wise. They could win 3 in a row, lose, and then win the rest. Lose one more, then win the rest. Win the rest, and then lose the final game. Some kind of weird pattern of that is how the Buccaneers will finish out. Yeah, we're going to do that in a second. I like to wait about 10 minutes to get going on these. I've only been live for like 9 minutes. Yep. Yeah, we have fun. We go in depth. We kind of, spread the picks. We, like in the picks video, it's a lot quicker and a lot more like rapid fire on picks because it's kind of like a really quick thing. But on this, it could take up to a couple hours. I have a more condensed version on my channel, but this is a more like final thoughts. A little bit more fun. Everybody can have their inputs on the games. little bit of a better week too than we had last week. Last week was boring as shit. There was like one, maybe two good games. Like it even played out like that. There was some exciting finishes, I guess, kind of, but every game was just kind of dull. It was just like, yeah, we expected them to win, with very little like whoa, except for like the Bears and the Bucks winning, and the Patriots losing. It's ugh. All right, Broncos and Jaguars. Let's jump into it. We're 10 minutes in. Or Broncos Jaguars. This game is going to be played in London. The only way to watch this is on ESPN Plus for whatever reason. So all 50 people who are actually subscribed to that service get to watch this game. I guess we should probably pull up the FanDuel lines. That's probably effective. That's a big part of these. Got the Jags. Yeah, I have the Jags as well. I mean, let's see. Jaguars are favored by 2.5. They are essentially a home team. Jaguars are favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 40.5, so that's good to know. For my computer, for the new one that I have, because I had to get a new one, let me pop it open. I have a Ryzen 5 3600, very good PC. I have right now, because I had to get rid of when my computer broke. I had to get a new GPU that broke as well. I have a NVIDIA 1050 Ti, 16 gigabytes of good RAM. It's Vengeance RGB Pro, 16 gigs or it's 8 gigs, so 16 gigs. They're at 3,000 plus speed. I think it's like 3,200, 3,300 or whatever. Yeah, very nice. I wish I had a little bit better of a GPU, but other than that, it's a really nice system. Yeah, the Jags. Yeah, the Jags are also like London's de facto home team, just to get back on the track. So it's kind of like, oh, man, my throat's really dry. Hold on. Ugh. Pause. Gotta get the dew down. My nose is super stuffed up today. Hate it. It's just those weird time of year where I always get like a stuffed nose. All right. Anyway, back to the game. Russell Wilson will be playing in this game, but he's probably got like a lingering hamstring issue going on, so you might want to keep that in mind if you're thinking on picking the Broncos. What was the line again? 2.5. So for the most part, they got to score 3 to win, or by 3 to cut. All right. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go blow my nose. My shit's bothering. Ugh. Sup, Ven? Sup, Mike? Sup, Ven? Honestly, scoring 3 points to win against the Broncos seems realistic. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a field goal game. What's up, Send? How's it going? Oh, Mike, you've already been here. My bad. You got Denver? Why are we thinking Denver here? You thinking that their offense finally gets it clicking against this pretty good Jaguars defense? Oh, Jags on the line. Oh, Jobs on the line. You're thinking like they're going to play hard. I don't know. Say some stuff in Japanese. I don't know if the Broncos players really give a shit for Hackett. Like, that's my honest take. I don't think they like him as a head coach, and they might play to get him fired. You know how that we've seen this happen in the NFL where guys don't really play that good for a coach when his job's on the line because they know like we're about to be out away from this dumb motherfucker who can't use Russell Wilson and all these good receivers and these good running back and this good defense and win games. I'm sorry, like it's like that guy has to get fired. Like if I was a player, I'd pull my guys into the locker room and be like, guys, throw this fucking game. This guy, if I was Russell Wilson, I'd do that. I'd be like, listen, boys, this guy sucks as a head coach. All right? It's not riding. If Russell did that, he would win that locker room and they'd play so goddamn hard for him going forward. Like, dude, he needs to do that. I'd just be like, we got to get this guy fired. I've been trying all season. He could blame all of it on Nathaniel Hackett and trying to get it. He could turn. If I was his PR guy, I'd be Russell Wilson's key PR guy. I'd be like, Russ, all right, listen, we could spin this. You got to start playing good football after you spin this, though. No matter what happens, Russ, you got to start playing really good, but we're going to spin this. You're going to say the corny commercials, the high knees on the plane, all of it is to get Hackett fired. Boom. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Russell's washed up. Yeah, that's the sad part. I really hope that's not true. I really like Russell Wilson. But it's getting harder and harder to defend the guy for doing high knees on a goddamn plane for 4 hours. Like, really? Like, what are you doing, you goofy bitch? People are trying to sleep and get acclimated to, like, the sleep schedule. That's, like, a big part of those planes. Yeah, the Denver defense will shut down that Broncos offense, or the Jaguars offense, but I have no faith in the Broncos offense against the Jaguars defense. Some stuff in Japanese. I don't know how to say that. I know you can write Japanese out in English letters, so like that's more what I was. No, Chubb is playing, I think. I think both teams are pretty good defensively, health-wise. But it's just like, what offense do you think can actually do something? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I trust the Jags offense substantially more. Yep. That's probably about what we're on. What's up, James? Yeah, you can stay on subject or else we're not going to let you just make fake accounts and come in here. I got real no time for people like that. Hey, thank you for the likes, everybody. We're doing pretty good on those. Appreciate you. Like, you have free permission to just time out those fake accounts when they come in. Just fucking rain hell on them if they don't stay on subject. You can just top rope them, snipe them out, bully them, do whatever you want to. I don't care. You guys got mods for a reason. You guys have free reign on them accounts. If I just let them go for too long, you guys can just kind of shoot them. I gotta let you guys have more fun with them. Go ahead and do whatever you want with them. Treat them like a mouse and you're a big ass fucking cat. Yeah, like saying shit in Japanese. Like, what does that have to do with any of this? Anyway, yeah, that's about all we should talk about a 2-5 and a 2-5 game. All right, let's move on to this game. Weirdly, this game has first place implications on the line. I'm pretty sure if the Panthers beat the Falcons, there's like a 3-way tie for first place. Yeah, I have the Jaguars winning like 23-20, something in like that kind of caliber. Not even that, probably 17-14, something like that. It's not going to be like a brutal high-scoring affair. I think the 2.5 probably a safe bet if they win. But then again, I don't know, 1 point, like we've seen some crazy, but again, 3 points is probably about as safe as it can be for a W. Other than it being like 1.5, which is like, yeah, I'll do that one all day long. If they win, like they're going to win by at least 2. The 3 is kind of like, that's a little nerve. If you could push that down to like 2 even, that'd be pretty solid. Yeah, so Panthers and Falcons. We'll move on to that. Let's go look at this line really quick for for a first place game. That would be a 3-way tie at the division. Unironically, I think the Panthers would be in first place. Falcons are favored by 4 with an over-under of 41.5. So Falcons are favored. And yeah, and then I think I'm right? Because that would give the Panthers 2 division win. Yeah, I think so. I think the Panthers would somehow slide right into first place with a 3-5, 3-5, 3-5 tie. And then if New Orleans wins, they'd be 3-5 too. So there could be like a 4-way tie in that division this week. So it's going to be PJ Walker versus Marcus Mariota, battle of 2 of the best quarterbacks inside of the division that should be battling for first place. I mean, to be fair, I mean, is Marcus Mariota or PJ Walker actually the best quarterback in that division? Who knows? I don't think Tampa's got a good quarterback right now because, I mean, they're not winning. I mean, if Tampa's quarterback was still with the Patriots, he might be a good quarterback still. But, you know, now that he's on a team worse than the Patriots now. That's kind of weird. So much a mess Carolina is, they might be the most stable. Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things. Like, Carolina's just a complete shithole. But, like, they're also the most stable shithole in the NFL because it's, like, the weirdest situation. They just lost their coach. But see, the problem is they won their, like, interim coach wins a new game. Was that the first game for Steve Wilkes as the head, or their new coach as the head coach? Was that his first, like, interim game? Because usually what happens is, like, an interim coach takes over and the team, like, somehow wins the game. It doesn't really, like, matter. Yeah, it never matters who the first game is. Like, it's, like, some crazy record of, it's usually all, like, 1-win teams that they take over, too. And, like, they'll beat, like, the best teams in the league. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't bet this game unless you just really feel passionate about one way. I don't know if Cordarrelle Patterson's back for this one. I don't think he is quite yet. If he was, I would be like, oh yeah, Falcons are the easiest pick ever. But the Panthers play weirdly good defense. And the Falcons are a complete run the ball team. So if they shut the run down, the Panthers could steal this game like 10-3. It's just like, well, we're Atlanta. We can't really throw. So you guys win. Congratulations. Like I'm going to stick with the Falcons just because I think they're a slightly better team. And I just have no faith in this Panthers offense. But I really don't feel good about it. Plus, like, I don't know. I've been picking Atlanta. I think I've picked every Atlanta game correct this year, except one. And I even got the Tampa one right. Or they could both go crazy and score a bunch. Yeah, like, this game makes no sense. Like, it's one of the hardest games to figure, and I don't think that there's a wrong or right pick on it. What's up, Jacob? You could go Falcons and make a very compelling argument. You go Carolina. I'm going to stick with Atlanta, though. I don't really trust PJ Walker. I think that's kind of fluky. Mariota can do enough. I don't know. It really just all depends on how Atlanta can run the ball against Carolina. Yeah, these games aren't really good enough to do. I don't know. This is technically one of those games where you don't want to, like, ignore too much because it is a weird first place game. Like, it's just like, yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun for me. You guys don't have a kicker. Oh, Boswell's hurt. Between me and the Tigers? Like, what do you mean? Good one. What's the difference between you and the toilet seat? One actually gets ass. Cowboys don't have Zeke. Oh, wow, Zeke's out. Oof. Boswell got hurt in practice. He's out for tomorrow. Jesus. Kellen Moore, don't mess things up, though. Yeah, he should be all right. Moore's been pretty consistent. Pollard's a solid running back. Anyway, actually, that leads right into the next game. Good job, Karam. We'll move on here. Bears take on the Cowboys. Bears are a surprising 3-4 after a shock win versus the Patriots. And the Cowboys are 5-2. The Cowboys are favored by 9.5 with an over-under of 42.5. I think the Bears... fuck. Yeah, that's what I mean. Here's the thing, all right? I think Dallas is going to ultimately win this game because they have the speed to stop Justin Fields and can kind of shut him down with Micah Parsons and company. But one thing I think you should watch out for, I don't think the Bears have a good team around Justin Fields. But I think Justin Fields has turned like this weird corner of quarterback where he played so well against the Patriots. It's like he's either turned the corner or we really suck against scrambling quarterbacks. It's one or the other. It could be both. It's probably a mixture of both. But I seen it. It was a very different looking quarterback. Very much more confident in his athletic ability. Far more confident in his throwing ability. In like a week's time. Not really sure what it was. But I mean, while I don't think that that's going to mean much. Yeah, well, Judon can't really get too involved. I feel like their coach kind of figured out how to use him. Yeah, exactly. Like he could be a problem, but again, this Dallas defense is kind of like I don't think a running quarterback's going to be like super effective against them. They have like more of an idea of how to deal with it, especially one that's a little bit one-dimensional right now because of a poor passing game. Like with Jalen Hurts, it's kind of difficult to defend and like deal with because even if you like can shut down his running ability, he does have like the super passing ability to lean back on and get like and fuck people up with. Whereas like with the Bears, if you can shut down the run, like they don't have a pass game to fall on. Yeah, I feel like the Bears could cover, but I think Dallas will ultimately win this game. But I do question what they're going to do against this Bears defense. It's been absolutely gnarly. I don't think there's been one offense that's gone against Chicago this year and just been like, yeah, we look completely comfortable and like we usually do. If somehow we beat the Eagles, you're going to smile. Yeah, I mean, I would, Jacob. Yeah, this is going to be an under game. Neither offense is going to look comfortable, good. Because, again, Dallas can completely shut down this Bears team. They could blank them, and it wouldn't be surprising in the slightest. So we also got to keep that in mind. Who was the last team to win in the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh game when that happened last? Yeah, Zeke's out. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, Fields probably going to have to struggle with Parsons. It's going to be a low-scoring game in which I think the Bears keep it annoyingly close. Yeah, they still got Roquan Smith and a bunch of... they got this number 9 rookie who's really good, too. Pittsburgh won the last one. Fair enough. So Philly wants to take back the Philadelphia trophy. All right. We got any other final thoughts on the Bears and Cowboys? Or any last-second insight that I'm missing here? So far, I haven't switched off my picks, so I'm sticking with the Jaguars, Falcons, and Cowboys here early on. You're going dead. Some people sticking with the Cowboys. So, how's it going? Dallas used teaser though under. Fair enough. Yeah, you can use some teasers with that one and probably make some good money on that. Just remember, that's probably a low score coming up. Again, unless the Bears have really just turned the corner and they can just run the shit out of it. You never know. Philly is like an NFL All-Star team or something. There's really no one that can stop that. Yeah, they feel like the Rams from last year. All right. KGT, I appreciate you keeping the show on the rails because it can get a little bit derailed. I apologize. I keep forgetting we can always do this with like after we get a bunch of them done. I don't have to spend 30 minutes on each game. Anyway, here's a game where we'll spend a lot of time on because it's clearly going to be one of the hardest ones for everyone to come to a final conclusion on. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Detroit Lions. What's up, Fernando? Not anything interesting. No, it's just been a chill day doing homework, playing video games. You want to pick the Lions so bad? Yeah, I want to as well. But it's like, boy, oh boy. This defense could get absolutely destroyed tomorrow. Like we know the Dolphins can score some points, and we know they have this like super poignant offense sometimes. Especially that one last quarter against the Ravens, that one quarter. Yeah, no, I don't foresee this being a tough game for the Dolphins. Like they'll have, the Lions will have Swift. We don't know what St. Brown's going to look like. We don't really know what the receiving core is going to look like. It's just, yeah, it's one or the other. The Dolphins are clapping, or they're going to get wildly upset in this game. See, the line is very unconvincing though. Look at this. Yeah, it's on turf, Miami Speedsters. Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for Detroit. I mean, Detroit has good corner play out of Jeff Okudah this year, but that's only one receiver out of the fray. I don't know if Detroit really has an answer for Tyreek Hill. See, Dolphins are only favored by 4, though, with an over-under of 51.5. So basically, the way this is being predicted, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. They're basically predicting the defenses break down and this becomes a shootout. You can tell by the 51.5. That's a lot of predicted points. Yeah, they're going to have to run the shit out of it, really just kind of pound it down, run it, and fucking a lot of play action. Detroit's offense has looked pretty bad the last couple weeks going against the Patriots defense. That's usually pretty good, except against running quarterbacks. Then they had to play Dallas, who has a good defense this year. They didn't look good. And now they have to go against Miami again, who has another like top defense in the NFL, at least a top 15 unit usually by season's end. So what's up, Shlomo? What's up, Kev? You guys are up 5-1. All right, looks like you guys are getting your revenge then. So we're kind of looking at a thing where it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Running into this defense probably isn't the best for the Lions. Plus, like their defense, I don't know if they have an answer for Hill. This feels like a game where the Dolphins might beat the dog shit out of the team. That's my kind of gut feeling. Will the Lions keep it annoyingly close? Actually, probably, because the Dolphins have this bad tendency to like take their foot off the gas once they get a decent lead. If they go up 20 to like 8-0 at halftime, the Lions will sneak back into it, and it'll be like 28-21 by the end of the game. It'll be like, whoa, this was a really close game. And I think that's actually why they have it as like a 4-point spread, because of the Dolphins' tendency to like ease off the gas. Like they might let the Lions like weirdly claw back into it. So keep your eye out for that. Who you guys playing? Phillies 2 outs. Can Astros win this time? Maybe. All right. First really good game of the week, actually. Yeah, they kind of suck in the second half too. Yeah, there's some things to watch out for in that game. Miami should win that game pretty comfortably, though. They should be able to hold off the Lions' offense. Cardinals take on the Vikings in what is actually one of the better games of the weekend so far. The Cardinals 3-4, Vikings 5-1. Cardinals, of course, probably have kind of like found their spark back in their offense with getting back the who am I thinking of? Steroid guy. Yeah, you guys are going to lose this weekend. Fucking Hopkins, there we go. They got DeAndre back. They looked really good. He looked really solid in his return to the Cardinals. The only issue is now they're going up against a Vikings team that actually plays a pretty fucking solid pass defense. D-Hop, yeah. Never mind the Pats Jets game, but then again, our job is to show teams that the Jets are frauds, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous for that. We'll get to that one soon. It's coming up. We're 2 away. Taking the mini and the over. Let's go look at the spread in this game. I, too, kind of think I'm going to stick with the Vikings. Vikings are favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 48.5. Yeah, that feels like an over game. Right now, the way I'm thinking in this is with like it's a 1 o'clock game, so you can trust Kirk Cousins to overperform. I mean, you can look up the splits. This guy's an amazing machine at home at 1 o'clock against teams under 500. His mind just works way different. He becomes like Tom Brady-esque in these very specific, hyper-specific situations. This is one of those. So expect a good Kirk. Fucking Cardinals don't really have a good defense, so that offense is going to eat. Minnesota's defense has actually been like shockingly efficient at times this year. So, that could slow down the Cardinals a little bit. Cardinals have been very, very inconsistent on offense. Before I believe like their offense is all the way back, I want to be like, all right, they go from game 1 to game 2 to game 3 with looking consistent, playing well with D-Hop back. I just gotta just see. Plus, yeah, I think there's like a weird winning streak by the Cardinals or by the Minnesota Vikings in their series. Kirk Cousins 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 0 ends, only because of 1 o'clock games. Yeah, it's like a weird. The Patriots, I think they play the Bills. No, Colts. Yeah, then Jets again. I think it goes Jets, Colts, Jets for the Patriots. Yep, yeah. Kirk's a gimme quarterback in these situations. It's hilarious. So yeah, I don't really, this should be a good game, but I think the Vikings take it ultimately. They're also very good. They've been very good in close games. The Vikings have this year. I think they're 5-1 and like they're winning like 1-score late games where like it's a situation. Here's like the big difference for the Vikings this year compared to last season, which is the difference of Mike Zimmer and Kevin O'Connell, which is basically one guy understands modern NFL and the other guy let the game pass him in Mike Zimmer. So you take the field goal, right, last year, and you go up, for example, against the Lions. They would have went up 26-24 against Detroit, right? That would have been fine. So Detroit last season would have only had to get down to where they got to, kick a field goal, and they win by 1 point. That was the Horcrux of Minnesota's season last year. And I'm not even kidding. Like, that was killing the Vikings all season. Like, bad, just end of game, like, luck. This year is a little different. With McConnell, they're forcing that game. They're getting that touchdown. They are fighting to get that last touch. I don't know what's different. Different offensive scheme, a different understanding of the game. But they're scoring a touchdown. So now, same game against the Lions. They go up 24-28. Now, Detroit can't just kick a field goal from the 30 and win the game. They have to put the ball in the end zone. Like, it's like that's actually what's winning Minnesota games compared to last year. And that's like simple, just like coaching, like difference in fundamentals. Like it's quite fast. It's 48.5 on FanDuel. So 49, yeah. So that's why I like the Vikings in this. They're doing good shit, and I don't think Cliff Kingsbury's a good coach. So, I'll fucking take the coaching advantage. McConnell or O'Connell, whatever the fuck this guy's name is, just proven to be a really solid coach from what I'm seeing. A lot of these wins are, I'm using FanDuel. It's like a slight difference for the most part. But yeah, so, sorry, I have to clear my throat a little bit. I have to take a drink of soda here. Scroll down a little bit. See, I'm not that bad at analyzing things. I have somewhat of a football brain. It's not all just jokes. I like to make it more jokes, but sometimes I'm like, when it's a good game, I like to like share my exact thought process of like why I'm thinking a game's going to go a specific way. And I think that's one of the better games of the week. So I felt like that deserved a little bit more time than what the hell this game's about to get. The Raiders take on the Saints, 2-4 versus 2-5. One team that might have found their identity finally. So did anybody else look at how that Raiders game went against the Texans? Yeah, every Saturday night. Yep. I've been doing this every Saturday night since 2020. I didn't realize how long of a like stream on Saturday I've been doing this, because I went and typed in like week 8 on my thing, and it was just like I'm like, oh shit, I've been doing this for years. Okay, yeah, this is something I just like doing. This is fun. It's a good little stream. Jacobs went ape shit. Yeah, like it was like 20-20 heading into the fourth quarter, it felt like. And then I blinked, went to the bathroom, came back, and just like it was 38-20 like 4 minutes later. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, so did they just discover, like, is that it? Did they just go, oh yeah, well, this is who we are? Yeah, they went ballistic all of a sudden. Like they just like, it was one of the craziest, just like, it was like the Raiders were going to lose. Nope. It was like, oh, okay, so maybe they're good now? And now they're going up against a defense that's been absolutely garbage, especially against the run. I don't know if the Saints can win this game, to be honest with you. It's a coaching mismatch. Raiders are going to run like every team's been beating up on the Saints offense or defense. The Raiders defense might not do much to stop them, but like I don't know if the Saints offense can keep up with the Raiders team that might have woken up. Still kind of have my cautionary like blinkers on with the Raiders. Like, it took a long time to get going, but man, now that it's going, this might actually be a thing now. Still kind of leery about it because it is Josh McDaniels, you know. But again, they looked really good. I mean, they looked like they actually understood how to work their offense now. Like, oh yeah, we run first, then throw it. Like, yeah, I agree, Ben. Yeah, McDaniels can do beautiful. I hope they just sign Josh Jacobs. It's like, if you guys don't want him, we'll take him in New England. I don't even want to keep anybody. I'll get rid of Damian Harrison and that other bum we got too. Give me Josh fucking Jacobs. Are you kidding me? Best running back, one of the better one. No, actually, we learned that's a bad idea. Over or under? Oh yeah, we have to look at the line in this game. The Raiders are favored by 1.5. Raiders are favored by 1.5 with an over under of 49.5. So they're predicting some points at 50. I'd probably go over just because the Raiders defense has been super underwhelming this year, and the Saints can't like the Raiders could score 40 points by themselves in this game. You know what I mean? It's like haven't the Saints been giving up almost 40 a game the last 3 weeks? It's like the Seahawks put up 30, the Cardinals put up 40. I think the team they played just before that put up 30. Yeah, I thought they'd be a defensive football team this year. I didn't realize their defense was that buns. Yeah, it was. We learned that in 2018, and discovered Patterson was really a running back. Yeah, we broke open the Patterson thing, and then he went to like Chicago or Atlanta, and they really fucking cracked that nut wide open. He went ballistic when he left, but it took New England to figure him out and get him, show him to the masses. $150. Sheesh. Send that to through the what is that, through the super chat thing? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this game. I haven't seen anybody actually pick the Saints in this game, because I always think back to like pick 'em and stuff like that, and I always look and nobody picks the Raiders, and no one's picks the Saints. They might actually have 100% pick on the NFL Pick Watch. I want to look at something. Hold on a second. This is a good site if you're ever very curious about like picks and everything. It's called NFL Pick Watch. It's a site that you could go to that throughout, like by like Thursday or Friday, everybody fills it out. These are all like NFL experts. So like you might recognize names. Like Nate Davis or Mike Florio, Nick Filato, Jamie Eisenberg. Like these are like actual like people who like, these are just straight up picks. And these are their records, and you can get an idea of how things are going for them and how like where you're roughly picking against experts. This is a very helpful site, I would say. Oh shit, the number 1 guy picked the Saints, and so did the number 4 person. All right. So it's actually a 70-30 split, which is interesting. I thought that would be very hard line in one direction. Interesting. Wonder what the love on the Saints. I guess it's because it's home. Justin Reed over Tyrann Mathieu by a lot this season. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. All right, well, you guys want to move on? This game's kind of boring, and I don't think a lot of people really give too much of a care. All right, here's the best game of the weekend. A game with a lot on it. Patriots come into this game with a 6-game winning streak over the Jets. Bet you didn't know it's been 6 straight. We haven't lost in a while, huh? Been a minute. Very nervous about going into this game because I have no idea what Zach Wilson's going to look like. He usually sucks against the Patriots. So we're going to hope that happens. Robinson, it doesn't matter if he's ready to go. They don't got an offensive line. All right. Patriots are favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 39.5, so expect a defensive game, which is probably correct. So the lower the score, it probably favors neither team. Like that's an irrelevant stat. It's like, yeah, oh well, who's going to win? It's like, what team do you think has the better offense to overcome the defense that's going to be in front of them? That's the only question you have to think about in this game, because it's like, well, I trust the coaching of the Patriots more. Patriots probably have better special teams. So, like, there's two major pluses. Then you look to the defenses. That's probably the Jets. You probably have to give them the plus on that. And then you have to go to the offenses, and, like, that's the Patriots. The Jets have a bad offense. With the way that their defense has played this year, they should be blowing teams out. They've lost 2 games this year because their offense is goddamn awful. Like, it's like, oh, boy. Like, if you go watch that Broncos game, it's like, how did they wind up winning this fucking game? Holy crap. Yeah, picking a winner will be tough because it's like this is the one time where I'm a big Patriots fan. I'm wearing a hat, I got a sweater on, I got my shit in the back. You can see 2 jerseys, the big banner. Yeah, if it's only the run, then like the thing is like, yeah, like yeah. Plus, like the Bears have like an exceptional, whatever. Yeah, it was all Breece Hall, and he's out, so I have no idea how much Robinson's going to be ready to go, what Michael Carter's going to do. The Patriots are clearly going to be ready for that whole thing. They're not going to get ran over again like last week. That's one thing that you probably won't see twice in a row from the Patriots is what the fuck happened to them on last Monday. Genuinely don't know what happened in that game. And if Zach Wilson wants to get cute and try to play Justin Fields, he won't last very long. He's made up of glass. I've literally seen fucking Fields die week after week after week. Every hit, this man looks dead, but he gets back up. He's made out of rubber like any other white trash NFL player. And then you got Zach Wilson, who may be kind of quick and kind of a nimble quarterback, but again, he can't run well. He's fast, he's athletic, but fucking Tom Brady is a better quarterback runner than Zach Wilson. Like that's a very true statement. Don't get mixed up with speed and ability. Don't get me wrong. Wilson's a very quick guy behind there, but he's not a runner. He gets hurt too much to be called a running quarterback. Got to bring in some Flacco magic to play the Patriots. I hope they don't bring his ass in. No, Zach Wilson isn't playing better. Chris Sims is like a weirdo about the Jets. I don't really know why either. Yeah, that's the problem, Jay. Like, they do, but Zach Wilson isn't really a mobile quarterback. He's like a faux mobile quarterback. True mobile quarterbacks, yeah, they fuck us up. Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, the Wildcat. You name it, something like breaks a Bill Belichick defense when you got like a super athlete at it like breaks the Patriots defense. Like there's nothing Bill doesn't even get mad. Like you can every time he just looks like I have no idea how to deal with this. Yeah, there's something different about like a real running quarterback compared to like Zach, who's again a good runner. You know what I actually do believe? The Patriots would struggle with Daniel Jones. Like, that's how bad the running quarterback... Like, the Patriots would be like, and Josh Allen does it now. I think Daniel Jones, if we were to play him, he'd fuck our world all up with his running ability. Like, dude, it's something... I think it's because we play man zero. So, like, we play such like a straight up, like, cover defense. Like... If you can get like past that initial like 4 linemen that we have and everybody else is gone, you have so much room to run on a Patriots defense. And we don't break our we just don't change it. We're just like, yeah, Colin Kaepernick, dude, it's everybody who runs against me. It's a hilarious thing. And if I was a team and I had to play the Patriots that year, you know what I would do? I'd go sign a running quarterback and just see how the game starts off. Like, hey, we can beat these guys. We just got to go sign one of them scramblers. Go get Josh Johnson. He will fuck them losers up. And it's like, oh no, secret's out. But if everybody does that, eventually we would beat them. It's such a rarity that you like don't change your defense for it. I would take the Pats in the under, but oh boy, I would not be comfortable doing that. I wouldn't bet this game. This is the first time in probably 4 years I'm nervous about playing the Jets. And it's like, ooh, sheesh. Their defense is annoyingly good. It reminds me a lot of the Rex Ryan defenses. Yeah, check down runs and field goals. It's going to be annoying, dude. Yeah, New England also has injuries to Christian Barmore and David Andrews. Mac's off the injury list, though. Fun fact. Yeah, no, their defense said they're hungry after last week. Every defensive player on the Pats said they're very hungry after last week. I think Duggar is 50-50 on playing. We're not sure yet. Barmore and Andrews are out, though. Oh, Duggar's out, too? So we got 3 guys out. That's not bad. Jets don't throw the ball well, so I'm not too particularly worried about that. Well, they got Conklin at tight end. That's a little worrying, but I think we'll be all right. I think all the Joneses are in, so I think we'll be good. Anyway, let's move on. We spent a lot of time on this game. But again, the Jets are a 5-2 team. Hold on. Let me go get a soda. My nose is bothering me. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. I think one of my neighbors is having a Halloween party. I'll be shocked if anyone picks Pittsburgh. Yeah, that would be quite the weird situation. I would be a little surprised too. Hold on, let me go. Hold on, it's still itchy. What the? That nose is dry as a motherfucker. All right. We got Eagles and over. Eagles, I'd be shocked. Yeah, I read that. Poor Kenny gonna die. Kenny about to get sacked 15 times. Watt is not playing. Kenny's gonna. Yeah, this ain't gonna be pretty. It's the Steelers and the Eagles, the battle for Philadelphia. Let's see if anybody picked the Steelers. 96% of experts have picked the Eagles in this game. The Eagles are favored by 10.5 with an over/under of 42.5. So basically, they're predicting the Eagles to win this game, and then basically the Eagles won't score any points. They're like, oh, this could be like a 30. I have no idea who picked the 4. Like people who I think probably just people trying to be smart. Jared Dubin. He actually picks good, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe just going with a crazy upset pick, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he's going to lose his job at C. They're going to fire him. Listen, Jared, you can't be doing this. You're supposed to be an expert. God damn it. That Eagles offense is about to put on oh yeah, it's going to be bad. Steelers to win, the Eagles kicker would have to be at quarterback and Hurts at corner. Yeah, it's or the Steelers just jump the Eagles and get a wild upset. It would have to be like one of them games where it's just nobody sees it coming and the Eagles just like shit the bed. Oh, how are you how are you going to donate then? I think if you just have cash, I don't know if there's a real way to do it there, Fernando. What is it, like PayPal or something? Oh, Apple account? I have no idea how any of that kind of stuff works. Yeah, by the way, Fernando, if you want, as long as you change your Discord name, you can rejoin it at some point. I made that decision earlier. I was gonna let you know later. After the Dolphins game, Miss Cleo can't even see the Steelers. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Eagles off a bye week too. That's going to be like a huge advantage for them. Yeah, I think everybody's going to probably be leaning Eagles on this one. And the Battle of Philadelphia, the trophy's probably heading to Philadelphia, huh? It's going to be moved from Pittsburgh all the way across the state. Actually, I don't know how far. I think they're across the state. I don't really know. Yeah, this next game is hilarious. The Titans and the Texans. A division matchup, always an exciting thing. You never know how these can kind of play out. The Titans take on the 1-4-1 Texans. Because Tannehill is out. Yeah, that's the big thing. Ryan Tannehill is out. Yeah, first start from Malik Willis. That's a big one, but it is against a hold on. Sorry, I had to read some. Somebody sent me some. Titans because Tennessee has the king. Raiders ran over Texans with the run. King Henry is going to feast. Tannehill is Tannehill is not good, but he fits the Titans well, and I don't trust Williams at all. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, Derrick Henry, Derrick Hilliard, Raiders ran all over the Texans with the run because yeah, that's the thing. We all know Malik Willis might not have the greatest like debut or look the strongest in his game. But again, the Texans can't stop the run. We just seen what Josh Jacobs did to them. They have Henry. He's been healthy. He's been getting better and better. They also have a good backup running back in Tennessee. Malik Willis himself is a very mobile quarterback. So, I mean, I think that's something you want to keep in mind here. Plus, you know, some of the limitations you have with Ryan Tannehill, you won't necessarily see with Malik Willis, right? Play breaks down, give it, you know, he can extend it. I like the Titans in this one, but again, the lack of Tannehill might actually throw this a little bit, just because there might be a couple more mistakes. For sure, Fernando. I probably can help you out, just like it might have to be after the stream though. All right. That's probably all we need on that game. That's a pretty boring one. We have a couple good ones here in a row after we get past this next one. Actually, I think the rest of the games are all pretty solid despite records. Except for this Commanders Colts game. Unironically, it's like one of the best record games. All these teams have good records except the Browns coming up. So Commanders take on the Colts here. Yeah, this one's tough because it's like two backup quarterbacks in Taylor Heineke and Sam Ehlinger going head to head, and it's like two pretty solid defenses. Two decent coaching staff. Like, it's like, oh boy, I just feel like even teams. And I guarantee if we go look at the pick watch, it's 59-41, so it's almost dead even. With Commanders and Colts here. Commanders, Colts, boom, boom. So, what's the line looking like? Colts are favored by 3 with an over-under of 39.5. Yeah, I'm liking the Commanders because I don't really trust the Colts offensive line, which is one of the big reasons why they probably had to like get rid of their guy. Wentz, he broke his hand in that game against the Bears. He like broke his fingers. Remember when he hit that helmet when he threw it? Or that hand or whatever. He's out for a minute. But yeah, the Commanders, I think they have Chase Young back. He's been starting to make some noise, so I kind of like the way that their defensive front is starting to shape up again. I don't trust the Colts offensive line this year, which is, again, part of the reason why we're seeing Sam Ehlinger, who's a little bit more mobile, a little bit more athletic. That's part of the reason why I'm leaning Colts. Plus, like, the Colts just really don't have that good of an offense. Until they can show like some form of consistency, a team that has like the pieces of a good defense should be able to shut them down. I could see why you'd pick the Colts because you don't really trust the Commanders' offense either. But it's like, I don't know. The Commanders did just beat the Packers and they shut Aaron Rodgers down pretty good. I can't imagine anybody on the Colts doing that any better. Colts aren't as good as the Packers are on offense. So it's like I just like kind of like build it off of that. What's up, Captain? I wouldn't want to be a team playing the Commanders or the Jaguars without an O-line. Plus, like, the Colts didn't do good against the Jags. That, I don't know. Your fair offense sucks. Yeah, so does the Colts. Commanders should have more talent. Should have more talent on offense. Yeah, they should. Yeah, they got one, and the Commanders can cover that guy. You know what I mean? It's like one of them things where it's like, sheesh. I don't have Nitro, so if I get in the Discord, then I have to go in with the original name, but I will change it right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just make sure you change it in server. I feel bad for Packers fans sometimes. But then again, I don't because, I'm a Patriots fan and I know all about it. Yeah, Pierce isn't going to be bad, but I don't know. I can see why people like the Colts. I just don't trust the upfront situation. I'm not a big Sam Ehlinger guy. So, you have Nitro, Captain? Hell yeah. I should have bought it when it was like fucking like $15 for a year when they were giving it away. I was like, I don't feel like it. I got you, Fernando. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna drop you my Discord name. Where's my numbers? Oh, it's on there. Okay. Let me see something. And just send me a message on Discord. Oh shit, I don't think you can. Or no, send me yours. Send me yours real fast, and then I'll copy it and I'll send you a message and invite you that way. I don't want to like drop the invite in here. Just because I don't know if there's like one of them shitlord trolls in here. Never know. Got to protect the fortress. I don't want a bunch of dickheads in there. My Discord's a pretty solid place. Number one rule: don't tag anybody. You'll get your ass thrown out of there really quick. If you're not like in a direct convo with someone, please don't tag them. People hate that. Like, I get mean about it. Don't tag me ever. Even if you're directly talking to me, just please don't do it. Everything else, fair game. And also don't post porn. It's not that kind of Discord. Anyway, let's get back to the games here. Let's get to the next one. And if you're interested in joining the Discord, please just drop your name. I have no problem adding individual people, but I kind of got to be like weirdly selective about it and make sure it has like the hash in there and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the 49ers take on the Rams here. This one feels like a pretty easy situation to think about simply because of the domination of McVay or McVay. Hold on, let me do something here. There we go. All right. Niners, 49ers. Everybody kind of has the same thoughts on this one. You know what's funny? Nowadays you can even go and look and pretty much everybody knows it's like -1 in favor of the 49ers, 41.5. 73% of people pick the 49ers. Like, it used to be a well-known secret that like you could just kind of be like, I'm going to pick the Niners on an upset. And everyone would be like, Nick Mullins isn't going to beat the... Nick Mullins just beat the fucking Rams. Debo's out, but McCarthy will cover the spot. Yeah, exactly. Also, the Rams don't have an offensive line, and the 49ers play like a mean defensive front football. I should have just sent you a friend request. Check. Yeah, I sent it to you. I even see it's on your I see your Mac Jones picture. Yeah, they're extremely injured in the secondary, and that could probably have some kind of play out there, but it's getting the ball out. That seems to be their big issue. Like the Niners had like the 49 like the Rams just can't like get time for Matthew Stafford. Here, I'll try this. Oh, you got a captcha. Okay. Niners still have Kittle on offense too. Yep. Yeah. It's mainly, I'm thinking, it's just something about the way that the 49ers just seem to fundamentally understand the Rams. Like, it's just, the 49ers could be like a far, like, until we see here, I'm going to just do this. Nope, okay, I can't invite. No, Debo is trouble. Yeah, that is a good sign of trouble, though, Jay. I do agree. But I think having McCaffrey and going up against a team that, like, kind of Shanahan just kind of dominates. I think the only time McVay's beaten him is the one time in the playoffs. And I think one time when literally the 49ers just didn't have a quarterback. I think they were running out. Yeah, it's because like McVay's offense and defense came from the Shanahan system. McVay's offense is just a very like cool version of the same shit Kyle runs. I don't even actually know if it's different, to be honest. I think it's the actual same playbook with a little bit different names. Oh, okay, I got it. All right, there you go. I'll invite you. Here you go. So yeah, so I kind of, and again, I think he just was trained up so much by that group that he's kind of stuck like thinking like a McVay or a Shanahan. Or McVay stuck thinking like a Shanahan, so he kind of can just like everything he thinks of, I think of it, I know the answer to it situation. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the next one then. This one's actually a good game that nobody prior to this, to 2 or 3 weeks before this game happened, knew that this would be a good game. Like, it's like until like last week, nobody was thinking, man, that week 8 Giants for Seattle game is going to be the shit. Yeah, no problem, dude. McCaffrey will have more plays designed for him this week. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, this one's a tough one to pick. Yeah, the battle of the random good teams. It's just like, oh boy. Let's go look at the lines and everything to get an idea. Pickers are going 41-59. A lot of people lighting on the Giant or the Seahawks in this one. Seahawks are favored by 3 with an over/under of 44.5. So the Giants are getting very, very little love in this one. I think it's like, despite the Giants' good defensive play this year, I think one of the areas that they are struggling with and kind of like they've been traveling a lot. Also, one of their like weird things that I don't think anyone pays attention to because they're 6-1 and they've been playing so great. It's in Seattle. That's always a major disadvantage. I don't know if the Giants play the run that well. Like, I think they play really good pass defense and they have a good pass rush. But I actually don't think they play the strongest run defense. And one of the things that Seattle can like weirdly do well, whether it was with Rashad Penny or if it, and now it's with Kenneth Walker, they run the shit out of the football. And I think that also is coming into play here for the Seahawks, the amount of traveling. So those are a couple things that's probably what's pushing this game in favor of the Seahawks. That I could be wrong, by the way, on the Giants in the run, but that's something I read about. That the Giants kind of have these weird run issues, but. Yep, Willis for the Titans making his debut. Yes, sir, Jacob. I don't know, man. This feels like a game Seattle can win because it's like, well, they've got a better offense than the Giants, but like their defense has been hit and miss. It's been good the last couple games. Will it be good again this time? Yeah, it's just one of them games where like you don't feel super confident in either team, I don't think. Unless you're a Seattle or Giants fan. But again, this is one of them games where it's like, all right, here's the end of the New York Giants, right? Like it's like that meme we talked about at the beginning of the season. Like when the Giants were 2 or 3-0 and we were like, dude, what if the Giants just walk ass backwards to like a 13-4 season? Or the entire season, like the running narrative with the Giants is, yeah, but eventually the Giants are going to become good, like shitty again, right? Like they're gonna eventually like go back to being the Giants, right? Like I really hope that that's the byline of the Giants' entire season, and they have like a great season, and like the entire time, every NFL fan is just like, yeah, but like it's like, yeah, they won the NFC East and they're 13-4, and they like but like. The bottom's gonna fall out, right? They're playing for the Super Bowl and shit. Everyone's like, all right, this is clearly gone on too far. They won. All right. Oh, for the Giants Seahawks? Yeah, for the one I have, it's 4 for the Seahawks, or 3 or something, 3.5, something like that, yeah. But again, but we are doing that right now with the 6-1 team going, yeah, but the bottom's going to fall out. They're going to become shitty. Like, when does that stop for the Giants? Is this a win that makes everybody goes, all right, the Giants are probably for real? What's the win that does that for them? Where we stop going, all right, this is the week. Because every week it feels like everybody's gone, all right, this is the week for the Giants. Except I think last week. That was the first time where everybody was kind of like, yeah, we're all feeling the Giants this time. But even then, there was a lot of Duval people. Yeah, but like losing to Philly, what does that prove? You lost to the best team in the NFC, so you're what, the second best team in the NFC? You know what I mean? Like it's like a complicated thing with that one. Plus, it's like a division game. And I don't really think you prove much in a division game. You know what I mean? Like, you prove you're better than your division, sure, but like, again, that could just be like a roll of the dice. A lot of those motherfucking games end up in splits. Like, you don't really prove much. Unless you play them for a third time in the playoffs, then you're better than them that year. Yeah, this Giants Seahawks game has me very perplexed. This is one of the games where I'm just like, I have no idea. For either team, this game says a lot for either team. If Giants win, then they're probably a lot more legitimate than we think they are. Because even me, there's a part of me that has that in me where it's like, yeah, the Giants are playing good, but like eventually this is going to stop. They're not going to finish like a 10-win team. But then again, you look at their record. If they win 3 more games in the NFC, they're a playoff team. Like 9-8 in the NFC could very much get you in the playoffs. 10 wins almost outright guarantees a playoff. Like they need 4 more wins to almost pretty much be a playoff team. And that's a hilarious fact about the Giants right now. So it's like, even if they lose a bunch of games in a row, then manage only 4 more wins the rest of the season, that's a playoff team. They could lose. They can go 4-6 the rest of the season and make the playoffs. I'm going on a maybe banged up DK for a Seattle. I don't think DK Metcalf's out this week, right? Yeah, both teams are massive overachievers, but I think the here's what's ultimately swaying me toward the Giants. They do have a good pass rush, and they shut down the pass very, very well. And one of the ways that Seattle lives on the pass of Geno Smith, and that's ultimately what's kind of leaning me toward the Giants, if I'm being honest. I think the Giants' pass rush has been devastating this year. They're very hard to throw against, and that's been helping them win a lot of games. We had to go to the bathroom again? Plus, I don't really like the Seahawks defense. I could see Saquon Barkley running all over these people. If the Giants get any kind of lead, they're just going to run the fuck out of the ball, and I don't think Seattle can actually stop the run very well. We've seen what Detroit could do with the run, so yeah, I'm not confident, but I like the Giants in this one. Let me scroll the screen up a little bit here. Yeah, we're moving along pretty good. About an hour and 15 in, and we're got 2 games left. Not bad, not bad. Alrighty, let's oh boy, the Packers and the Bills. Let's go look at what this line is still. When it opened, it was a 10+ point line. Oh, what is it? Man, the Patriots are heavy favorites versus the Colts next week. Jesus Christ. Why is the opening line for the Patriots versus Colts 5.5? Look at this. This is a future line. Look at this. Jesus Christ. I haven't seen a line that big versus the Colts in a long time, dude. I don't know about that. Oh, boy. Bills are favored by 10.5 with an over-under of 46.5. 10.5 points. Goodness gracious. Only 3% of the experts are picking the Packers. Packers fans. You know, if I was a Packers fan right now, I would get very indignant and say my team is going to win no matter what. And just be like, you know what? I'm not going to take this anymore. See, I can get bullied into picking the Patriots, by the way. You guys, I think you guys know that. You guys can all just start bad-mouthing the Patriots, and I'll be like, nah. You already know it's going to be Saturday night. It's going to be the Patriots versus Bills. My pick'em video is going to be very nuanced. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I think the Bills will probably win this game. And then it'll come to this stream. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, the Patriots are going to get abused. It's going to be like this to like what you guys are doing to the poor Packers. And I'm going to take it personally for some reason because I have a 5 IQ when it comes to this. And I'm going to be like, you know what? Nah, switching my pick. We're going Patriots. Upset City, baby. And I got it right once last year. That was the craziest. That was one of the few times I switched a pick because I got bullied into it. And for no reason, by the way. I was just in my own head. And then I got that right. That was that run game. And I picked us to sweep them, and that was bad. That's that. I don't care. I got that one right that time. Not the second one, though. Or the third one. But I didn't pick us to beat the Bills the second time. Anyway, Packers and Bills. With the way the Packers offense has been playing, which isn't good, and the way the Bills defense has been playing despite injury, which is really good, it's really hard to think that the Packers are going to be able to like win this game. Do I think that they'll be able to compete and somehow stay alive in it and keep it like weirdly close? I don't know. I don't. Probably not. But they're going to try, you know? If they finally decide to run the ball more than 12 times, they might actually keep themselves in this game. Like, unironically, I don't think the Bills are that good on rush defense. So, like, if they actually can, like, run the football with their two running backs, every other team would kill to have, by the way. Yeah, the over-under is pretty low. I think it's because Buffalo hasn't been, like, putting throttle kicking on teams. I don't even know what you're talking about, JJ. What? Cool. This isn't a basketball stream, buddy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Huh? Okay. What does that have to do with the Packers and the Bills? Please enlighten me. I'll wait. I wonder how does that relate to this game we're talking about? You're gonna distract everybody with that horse shit. What is? What are you talking about? I don't understand anything you're telling me, JJ. Very perplexed. All right. Anyway, let's just get back to the normalcy. JJ can make me so uncomfortable somehow, and it's not even on purpose. I just get like kind of like skeeved out a little bit. I'm like, is this guy gonna kill me? What's up, babe? Oh, your team's got W's today? Hell yeah. There you go. Rodgers finna quit. Rodgers might just storm off the field. Rodgers about to pull an AB and just throw his shirt off and then pump the crowd out and leave like AB did against the Jets last year. That'd be awesome. That'd be a funny outcome. And then we just see Aaron Rodgers on a stage like 3 months later singing some song with AB, and he's just like, and we're just like, oh boy, what happened to Aaron Rodgers? What if he has the same fallout as Antonio Brown going? Like, he just fucking loses it. I bet, man, that guy shouldn't have done any psychedelics. He lost his fucking marbles. What's up, Kenny? Did you guys win today? It'll change the over-under, for sure. As goofy as AB is, you guys got to admit his little song is actually like his little dance thing is taking off. People do that all the time. I don't know. It started off as hilariously ironic, but I think people enjoy it now. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of on the same thing that the Bills win. It's just the question of can the Packers like cover that 10.5? And the general consensus is no. MSU fought each other. Well, it happens. You guys got lucky this year. Finally beat Michigan. Little brother finally won. The Retardinals? Yeah, I'm the quarterback for the Retardinals. I joined his team. We're a real AAU football team. I'm just gonna play the role of a big kid. We're a bunch of 20-year-olds who are just kind of like a little overgrown. It's a scam. Don't worry about it. We're winning every AAU tournament. We're already 3-0. I played today. I fucking dominated some small like some fucking 11-year-olds. I just shoved them out of the way. I rushed for about 490 yards, 6 TDs. I was like 13 of 13 for 700 yards. We absolutely shit on these people, man. It was 5-yard screen passes and shit for 100 yards for touchdowns on every throw almost. It was pure lunacy. These kids had no idea how to handle full-grown men playing football. And it felt really good. That's what it could look like tomorrow from in the Packers and Bills. But I think the Packers actually have too good of a defense for that to happen. So expect this to be like weirdly close, but like the Bills always to be in control of the game. Yeah, I would imagine, Kenny. That sucks. I hope you guys can win, man. Hopefully you guys can dig one out. All right, you guys want to go on to this last game here? We all kind of seem to be in consensus agreement on the others, so let's move on to this final of the games. Yeah, Kenny's college football team that he's a member of hasn't won since the year of our Lord 2019 or something. It's been a while. Damn, we're up at 17 likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Pretty good for just a random Saturday night stream. Very hard A team. Oh, that's not good. Bengals over. Cincinnati. Bengals. Oh, he's up by 2 possessions, but they, yeah, yep. Kind of like that, Ape. Yeah, you guys should win, but you know, it might be close. Browns having corner issues. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. I know that the Bengals are going to be without Jamar Chase, but like one of the one of the issues with dealing with the Cincinnati Bengals is the fact that like they may be out like a singular receiver or like receiver A, receiver B, a receiver here, a receiver there. They have like the craziest depth I think I've ever seen. It's just like, oh no, we're out one wide receiver. Looks like we have another one. Meet Boyd and Higgins. It's like, where do you guys keep fun bagging out these receivers? It's kind of getting obnoxious. We don't know. Don't worry about it. Did you guys draft all the good receivers and that's why nobody else has anybody fucking good? No. Because you know what it is? The Bengals, much like their annoying counterparts in Pittsburgh, if you actually want to see a team that never misses on a wide receiver, it's literally, I think the only miss they've ever had at receiver is John Ross. If you go look at this weird history of the Bengals, they literally only hit on home run draft picks for receivers. Dude, and they never get it wrong. Like every receiver they draft turns out to be pretty solid. Like they're all good. At one point, you want to know what the receiving core for Andy Dalton was? And you're going to go, what the fuck? And this is in their primes. AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, and Marvin Jones Jr. That was literally his fucking receiving core for like 4 years until 2 of them left to go get other contracts. That's insanity to me. That's an unreal receiving core. I don't know how they didn't win anything with that. Like if you're wondering how Andy Dalton got any good, like he started off pretty fucking decent to his career, that is 100% of the reason why. He was loaded with receivers. And then if you go look at what they had with Carson Palmer, they had like TJ Houshmandzadeh, Chad Ochocinco, and it's like, dude, what is this? Yeah, they were 1-and-out every single year for 5 straight years. It was hilarious. But they were so hard to play because they're receivers. And, like, all 3 of them, like, Marvin Jones went on to become the Lions' number 1. Mohamed Sanu went on to become the Falcons' number 2 behind Julio. Like they had 3 legitimate number 1s. Mohamed Sanu kind of like a 2. But that's crazy to me. How good and it's just never like not a thing with the Bengals, by the way. Like they rarely have bad receivers, like if ever, like for too long. They're a factory of this. So I don't really put the Jamar Chase thing being out as like a big deal. Like, yeah, it'll slow them down a little bit, but it's like, it's not like they're going to be like, oh no, we're dead. Like where most teams, if you take out Jamar Chase, you'd be like, I'm picking the other team. They're not winning without him. It's like, oh no, now the Bengals have to use one of their 7 other wide receivers. Plus their quarterback makes everybody else fucking way better. And that's the other thing. When you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow, if you got a fucking receiver with a modicum of talent, they're way better. He's got that thing where it's like, pew, everybody's a little better around him. What's up, Charles? Yeah, I seen the Michigan one. Oh, they blew him out too. Sheesh. That's ugly. Well, it was expected. State's a little bit better or Michigan's a little better this year. That's all right. For sure, Charles. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Helps the stream out. Plus, I don't really need more people in here. It's been a good stream. Well, we've reached the end of the games. Oh, I never gave my opinion on this game. I got the Bengals winning. I rarely ever switch my picks off unless there's like a major reason. But I don't think Jamar Chase is a big enough reason for me to be like, I no longer believe in the power of the Bengals. Like, it's like, oh, well, that's sad. So I that's probably pretty solid. Let's go look at the line for that game. I guess we could look at the picks too. Yeah, 94-6. Bengals favored by 3.5, over under 45.5. Yeah, that's a pretty safe pick. Cleveland is also terrible in stopping the run. Oh, are they? Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, we know that. Yeah, and they're not that good at stopping the pass either. Fucking Bailey Zappi tore their ass up. For Michigan State? What happened? Oh, guys were fighting each other in the tunnel. Jesus Christ. What'd they hit a cop? Did like the police get beat up? I'll probably watch the video later then. God damn. Talk coming. Yeah, losing that game is pretty emotional for either team. One Michigan player walking back to the locker room. Jesus. Yeah, that seems a little overkill. Harbaugh and police are waiting around outside. Oh wow, so they're okay. So they're gonna press charges. Holy shit. God damn. I love this rivalry. The only better thing about college sports. What's up, Trey? The only good thing about college sports is that like there's like these blood rivalries and shit. I just want to look at something real quick. You're on a cruise ship. Anyway. All right, Fernando. See you tomorrow, man. Tweet is blowing up, so it'll eventually get national attention. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. And the Astros watch party isn't as loud as it was last year. Oh, okay. College rivalries are fun. Hate A&M. Yeah. What else should we talk about here tonight? I know we're just kind of bullshitting right now, which is fine. I don't mind. I'll stay live for another like 15 or so. But I'm kind of like out of things to talk about. We kind of we got through these games, and now we're just kind of chilling. I'm just looking at something real quick, and then I'll talk in a second. All right, I'm back focused. I don't know. Again, sorry, I don't have a lot to. I don't know. It's just been kind of like slow NFL news. We're kind of. It just feels like there's a lot of like. We just went through a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sorry. It's pretty crazy though. I love when football games end and people throwing fists. That's always silly. You know what I wonder? When the Germany game is. Is that next week? Nope. Was that week 10? You might have big news on Monday and Tuesday. Well, oh, because of the trade deadline? Yeah. I think this one's in Germany, right? Yeah, this one's in Germany. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Jack Barrett is out for the season. Oh, for the Bucks? Yeah, I seen that. He had that he had that injury, like a major injury. The Shaq Leonard for the Colts is back this week. So that should be huge for Indy's defense. Hold on, I gotta like blow my nose really quick again. Buck's gonna miss him on the already fail. Yeah. It's not going to be good without him on that defense. That's a very true statement. Boy, oh boy, though, what a weird season, huh? Yeah, I think so. The Panthers that's probably why we don't really see much action going on right now, because there's too many teams that are like 3-4, 4-3, or 3-3, or even 2-5. You're not necessarily like all the way out of the like picture yet. So it's kind of like you're not really seeing like a huge sellout. Like, but like after this weekend, if you fall to 2-6, or you know, it's just kind of starting to shape up. Like you see a team in your division go to 5-2, and they're like surging in a good direction, and you're like, I'm not really probably gonna compete. This is probably when you'll start to see a lot of teams, if there's going to be any sell off. Yeah, I don't see the Panthers trying to fix their team though. No, they'll just kind of middle around and play for next season. But then again, the Panthers seem to be like completely overvaluing their pieces, so like we might not see anything much more out of them. The Bears, on the other hand, they seem to be selling. So if you offer the right price for the Bears, you could probably get something. If you want anything, anyway. The Bears had lost. I think they would have traded Smith. Yeah. Roquan Smith is probably like, as soon as they lose, he's like on like the move around list. Sorry, I was just looking at something again really quick. I'm just like distracted. NFL pick. Oh, no, not that. NFL pick watch. There we go. I wonder how many picks I have with like experts. Am I in line with that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that? Oh, not with that one. That one, that one, that one. Pretty much right in line with this guy all the way down, except for on the Saints. So that feels pretty good with the number one picker. So that makes me feel confident heading into this week. I don't want to keep it on this gambling page. Looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Crazy to see that's what Germany looks like on the outside. God damn. Looks like a nice place. Don't look like they really like mow it though. Cool. Guess that's Germany. Why does it look like there's just nothing there? They're just like, we don't need to build anything. Well, people know this is Germany. We're famous for, some pretty wild shit. We don't need to prove who we are. In fact, I'd be willing to wager we don't ever have to say we're Germany. Thank you to everyone who's left a like, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's like everybody here because we're sitting strong at 17, which is actually pretty solid for these kind of like weird, esoteric, kind of just bullshitting around streams we do. I don't really have a like goal on these. Just however many people want to leave a like. What am I? Let's see. Let's do something different here. My lock of the week. Who do I think 100% is going to win? Probably the Bills. Nah, fuck that. That's not a lock. I would say the Titans are a lock. That feels pretty safe. My upset pick would probably be Washington, even though that's not really an upset. Never mind. Game most likely to be an upset would be this Packers-Bills game. This Eagles-Steelers game could be upset. This has like a weird like 1%. And then this one. There's a few games that feel like an upset could happen, but it would be like the team that's getting upset would just have to have a bad game. Like it'd just be like tremendously like the Dolphins just play like dog shit for no particular reason, and the Lions just win. And everyone would be like, well, we didn't see that coming. Because there's always one game where we all kind of feel very strongly and kind of like mock the outcome. This was like a common theme last season where we would spend like 5 minutes just roasting one game. Just fucking eviscerate. This week it would probably have been the Steelers and the Eagles because we spent or the Packers and the Bills. It's one of those two games where you really want to be careful on because like we spent a lot of time mocking that game and being silly about it. And those are usually the ones where the upset comes and we're all just like, oh, well, we all got egg on our faces, huh? Like that happened almost like every single week last year. It to the point where like after we were done going over the games, we'd like be like, huh, you think we got that one wrong? Like the Bills and the Jaguars. That was our best example of when that happened. I think all we did that entire thing was make up hilarious scenarios of how the Bills were going to lose and that Josh Allen was the better Josh Allen. And we just like memed for like 10 straight minutes about the Jaguars beating the Bills. And then we're like, yeah, but in all seriousness, the Bills are going to win by like fucking 40 points. And like it was very obviously very sarcastic and mean to Jaguars fans. And then they won. Nobody's seen that game coming, though, to be fair. Nobody picked the Bills to lose. And if you did, you definitely didn't pick the Bills to lose the game 16 or 6-3. That is for certain. Anyway, looking to see who gets the title of Clown Town this year. Which team do you think that is? My guess is the Broncos. They're feeling kind of clowny right now. Kind of the Colts too. Oh. Well, it's just crazy that the Colts, I mean, how bold are they to actually bench a Green Beret, an astronaut, a Navy SEAL at quarterback, and Matt Ryan? Remember all that shit? Now they're starting Sam Ellinger. They really tried to pretend like that was a real thing, like anybody was gonna believe them. We got a Navy SEAL at quarterback. Yeah, by that fucking drugged up idiot as their owner. Again, I don't mind Irsay, but he's just a fucking. Actually, I don't like him. Never mind. I'll be like, I don't mind Irsay. He's just a fucking annoying piece of shit. That was literally the words that were gonna come out of my mouth. By the way, the actual words that were just gonna like. Wait a minute, that. Yeah, he's Carson Wentz never got benched. And this dude shit all over Carson for no reason in the offseason. Yeah, Carson would be starting on your bitch ass team right now, wouldn't he? Fucking idiot. Maybe you should have kept Carson Wentz. Who, what, 27-6 for touchdown to interception ratio? Whatever. He wasn't the problem last year on the Colts. It's very obvious. We all know that now, right? It clearly wasn't Carson last year. Maybe Frank Reich isn't quite the coach we all thought he might be. But he gets like the biggest like room of like fucking like a really wide berth. Him and Chris Ballard seem to just never get any like bad things said about them, despite like constant underperforming and like mismanagement and just like poor decisions at like certain personnel groups. Like these guys never fucking get the ire or scrutiny of other coaches. Not really sure why either. They get a lot of leeway that other coaches and teams don't get. Who? Carson Wentz for the Colts. I don't think he actually, without injury, I don't think he was benched last year for the Colts. Not like Matt Ryan for the remainder of the season.
Well, I guess I'm gonna check something real quick. I want to see something. Matt Ryan was good in terms with the coach and tour. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think it's an offensive line issue more in Indy. I just don't think he's the right coach to start or a quarterback to start when the line's that bad. All right, guys. I think that's about it for me tonight. I'm kind of draining pretty quick here. I've been doing a lot of work since like 4 o'clock. So, plus I'm going to be live twice tomorrow. As per usual, you all know the drill. Let me show the schedule. Oh, well, I'm already on the schedule. We'll be doing the Patriots and the Jets as per always. Can't really do the Lions because it's at 1. Covering the Patriots and Jets as always. That'll be fun times. As always, with 1 o'clock, we do all the games, and then when they all go final, we end the stream. And then of course, Sunday Night Football, Bills and Packers. So, should have a pretty busy full day tomorrow. But that does mean I'm going to start to wrap this up. I don't really like to go long on Saturdays, especially since I have to talk for 6+ hours tomorrow. That shit sucks. And with one of those, I'm going to be pretty pumped up because it's the Jets, and I always get pretty fired up when we play the Jets, so... Anybody got any major thing they want to Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Anybody got anything small they want to add before we start to wrap it up and get out of here? Nothing too big, nothing too small. It's all good information to add in. If not, then that's pretty much that. I'll give it like a minute. You think the Rams get the W? Maybe. It's going to be tough against the 49ers. They don't do well against them. You too, Tom. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, but yeah, they've started like Nick Mullins against the Rams before, like a fucking 13-win Rams team, and beat them. I don't really think that matters much. You know what I mean? Like we've seen a much worse fucking 49ers team thrown at the Rams, a much better Rams team, and they couldn't beat the 49ers. It's just like something weird about like the Sean McVay like game strategy. Like I'll gladly get that pick wrong because it's like until McVay proves he can actually beat them with like even Nick Mullen at quarterback, then it's like I don't know. I'm not that sold on the Rams and McVay over Shanahan. Especially with McCaffrey. That's just a problem to deal with in that offense. I understand the thought, though. All right. Thank you guys so much for a fun stream. Thank you for all coming out. There was quite a few of you tonight. Thank you very much. We stayed at like 20 people for like a large majority. That was awesome. Anywhere from 15 to like 24 for the whole stream. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Hopefully, maybe that's a new sign for the streams around here. You know what I mean? All right, though. Thank you guys again. Fun night, fun time. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night. Morning, day. I mean, I guess really it's only going to be like morning and day when people listen to this because there's like a 2-day window on these streams. But all right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. It's 38 degrees where I'm at, so can only imagine it's just as cold if you're anywhere around Michigan. All right. That's that. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace out. Go Lions. Go Tigers. And, of course, it's always go Patriots. Tomorrow's going to be a fun, good day. And let's hope our teams all win, huh? Unless you're a Jets fan, then I hope your team loses. And a Dolphins fan. Everybody else can win, though, I guess. However you can contradict that. All right. Bye-bye.